the Bronze Age. That is the period when people were using mainly an alloy out of copper and tin together to make tools, weapons and stuff like that. And because it is fixed on the time when people were doing that, it is not everywhere the same. For example, in the Middle East, in Egypt, Mesopotamia, it was 5,000 years ago. In Britain, Scandinavia, 4,000 years ago. In the Americas, there was some knowledge about how making bronze things, but it was never really used in the quantity to term something Bronze Age. And in Africa, the Bronze Age was skipped directly from Stone Age to Iron Age, which came in 3,000 years ago. In Europe, for example, 3,000 years ago, the Iron Age, and they're making things out of iron. And tin, a part of copper, is necessary to make bronze, and tin is not so easy to get. And that means that the people to get tin had to have extensive trading routes to other countries and other regions. And that then increased, they got new ideas, new technology, new development, that increased the speed at which development was developing. Well, this according to the Reader's Digest Library of Modern Knowledge, Book 2, Part 8, Man and Society, written by C.W. Johnson, Emily Gordon, Peter Lois, Lucy Mayer, David Martin, Jacqueline Sachs-By, Ruth DeWitters, and Jason Woodburn, on the page 447. Hi and welcome. I'm trying to learn history. Today, the Bronze Age, and after we've done that, we're going to do leg injury prevention training. And if you participate in the leg injury prevention training, then this wird your homework. The Bronze Age. A period in the history of any region during which bronze, an alloy of copper and tin, was used as the main material for making tools and weapons. Okay, we're saying that it is maybe a little bit different from region to region, but it is the time when the human beings who lived there were making their tools for agriculture and also weapons for war and hunting out of copper and tin together, which gives bronze. It succeeds the Stone Age according to the 3-age system and is usually subdivided into 3 phases: early, middle and late. Let's take one look at the 3-age system. Scheme by which prehistory is divided into a Stone Age, a Bronze Age and an Iron Age. Okay, because we're not half the page. Bronze Age. Yes, it is the second one, so Stone Age, then Bronze Age and Iron. And that is again divided into early, middle and late. In Egypt and Mesopotamia, with the emergence of cities, states and writing, coincided approximately with the beginning of the early Bronze Age, about 5,000 years ago. So when in Egypt and Mesopotamia, in Arabia, the region, the first cities were bigger cities and also states were founded and writing was begun, or the more or less the oldest forms of writing are found from that time. Then also did start with the early Bronze Age 5,000 years ago. In the rest of the Middle East, written documents began to appear in the Middle Bronze Age, around 4,000 years ago. And by the time of the Late Bronze Age, 3,000 years ago, the whole region was literate. So it's measured by bronze. So it's still the Bronze Age, whether it is by the whole region or by the middle, or by the rest of the Middle East, a part of Mesopotamia and Egypt, even though it's not so much writing happening. Whatever, it's around 5,000, 4,000, 3,000 years. 5,000, 4,000, 3,000, 3,500. In the Aegean, that is in Greek, the Bronze Age began and ended around the same time as in the Middle East. Okay, Aegean same, 5,000 and then 3,000. Its beginning in Central Europe, Spain, Scandinavia and Britain, the Wessex culture, is usually dated at about 4,000 years. While in China, bronze was not used earlier than about 3,500 years ago. So the Bronze Age started in Arabia, in the Middle East, 5,000 to 3,000 years ago, and in Britain, Central and Northern Europe, it is 4,000 years ago. Could it be that when very fast the Iron Age followed, then faster, not 2000 years later, but then just a century later, could it be that we've basically catched up with the newest material to make tools? And in China it were 3,500 years. In America, although some knowledge of bronze working existed before the year 1000, so later, it did not play a large enough role for the term Bronze Age to be relevant, while in Africa, iron technology rapidly succeeded stoneworking. Okay. In the Americas, probably do mean both. There was knowledge of bronze working in the year 1000, but it was not enough made out of bronze to be called a Bronze Age. In Africa, there was the Stone Age and directly the Iron Age. The Bronze Age was skipped. In Australia, on the other hand, Aborigines to the present day depend on stone as one of the main materials for tools. In Australia, at least for some part, tools out of stone made. The use of bronze, but there are other type of areas to classify by, and there are certainly multiple possible. I don't know, it seems obvious, but they don't say here that Australia is living in the Stone Age. They're saying that it is possible, and that some people still use to make out of stones mix. The use of bronze gives archaeologists important clues to the development of civilization during this period. The fact that tin, for which few sources are known, is required to produce true bronze implies the existence of extensive trading connections, which were bound to result in an exchange of ideas and techniques in the market, increased in the rate of development. Now, first off, that there was bronze made gives details about the lives of the people who were living there. The other thing is, the tin, one of the other things besides of copper to be used, to necessary to make bronze, is not so hard to get. Tin is a difficult thing, and people are more or less reliant on trading with other areas where tin is available. And that went hand in hand with exchanging of ideas and techniques and a marked increase in the rate and development, which were bound to result in an exchange of ideas and techniques and a marked increase in the rate of development. A marked increase in the rate, what does it mean? A marked increase in the rate of development. A marked increase in the rate of development was strongly rising. So more ideas, exchange of ideas, techniques, and the development was significantly rising in its speed. Can you make a presentation? Let's just do it the next why rush. Let's see it again and understand it really, not just make a presentation of us. That means that was the history part. If you were here for history, you can go directly to the next part of history. Then we're going to do it again and try to make a presentation. If you stay here and participate in the leg injury prevention training, then it's 30 hours. And have a good standing leg and swing the foot in front and to the side. And the other foot in front and to the side. And the foot in front and back. The other one, front, back. One leg up, hands out, over cross again, middle and down, over leg, over cross, middle and down, and one leg up and press up to the side, over leg, up to the side. Stand good on one leg, this can go to the knee, turn over, go down to the knee, turn again over, come up, change the leg, stand good, turn over, down, turn over again, and come up. Stand good and reach always with the heel of one leg to imaginary 90-minute intervals on an imaginary dial of a clock. The other knee goes always a bit down, so this exercise can go onto the knee. Other leg. To 12 o'clock, to 1:30, and 3 o'clock, 10:30, and 9 o'clock, 7:30, 6 o'clock, 4:30. Yeah. One heel onto the ground, down to as if you're pregnant, lift the heel off the ground and place it again onto the ground. Switch. And staying good, leg up, down. Your leg up, down. And one leg in, and out. You can swing the whole body now. And you keep steady. And now if you like, the whole leg. And change the other leg in and out. Leg. And the whole leg. And legs apart, breathing out on. And breathe out. Again, in and out. Out. Breathe in and close the legs. And breathing out. It was leg and circumcision training. I thank you very much, and until next time.